Have you ever felt like something's pulling you back? Like even in your darkest moment, Allah didn't let you fall all the way. Maybe it's not guilt, maybe it's guidance. Section 1, you start feeling empty in dunya. You used to find joy in distractions, in people, in scrolling, in the noise. But now, it all feels empty. You open your phone, but nothing holds your attention. You go out with friends, but you feel alone in the crowd. You laugh, but the laughter feels hollow. Have you noticed how the things that once excited you now just exhaust you? That's not just sadness. That's not just burnout. That's a spiritual shift, a calling back. Allah doesn't yank you away from the dunya all at once. He lets it disappoint you slowly. So your heart begins to crave something deeper. You stop chasing temporary highs. The parties, the compliments, the new clothes, the likes, they used to fill you up. Now they just remind you how empty you feel without Him. And that's the mercy of Allah. The Prophet ﷺ told us in a hadith Qudsi, Allah said, "O son of Adam, if you come to me walking, I will come to you running." Sahih Muslim. But before you walk, He helps you see that the world you've been clinging to can't carry the weight of your soul. So He removes your comfort in sin. He removes the sweetness from distraction. He removes the taste from things that once gave you escape. Not to punish you, but to wake you up. Have you ever asked yourself, why does nothing feel the same anymore? Why do you feel a heaviness in your chest despite everything going right? Because your heart isn't meant to be fed with dunya alone. It was designed for connection with the divine. You see, when Allah loves you, He lets the dunya break your illusion. He lets the noise grow quieter. He lets your distractions grow dull. And in that silence, something begins to whisper again. Something you forgot. Your fitra, that deep God-given compass inside you. The part of you that remembers Allah even when your mind forgets. That's why it hurts. That's why it feels empty. Because your soul is being pulled back to sujood, back to tears in dua, back to the peace you once tasted even for a moment in His presence. It's not the world that changed, it's you, your awakening. And awakening is painful but necessary. Because the emptiness you're feeling, it's not the end. It's the beginning of your return. Section 2, you feel distant but you still talk to Him in the dark. There are nights when you feel far from Allah. Your prayers are rushed, your heart feels dry. You wonder, have I gone too far? But then somewhere between your restlessness and silence, you still raise your hands. Even if it's just a whisper, you still talk to Him, not because you feel worthy, but because deep down, you know He's still listening. Quranic anchor. And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the call of the caller when he calls upon me. Surah Al-Baqarah 2-186. Your dua might feel broken, but Allah doesn't need perfection. He just wants sincerity. Even if all you can say is, Ya Allah, I miss you. That whisper in the dark, that tear sliding down your cheek when no one sees, that's not weakness. That's the soul returning to its source. You may not feel like a good Muslim. You may feel ashamed. But isn't it beautiful? That shame doesn't push you away. It pulls you back to Him. If you were perfect, the Prophet ﷺ said, Gen na'am. Allah would replace you with a people who sin and then ask for forgiveness, and He would forgive them. Sahih Muslim. This deen was never built for perfect people. It was built for those who fall and get back up. Those who distance themselves, but always find their way back to His door. And even when that door feels closed, even when you feel undeserving, it's still open, because Allah doesn't close His door on the broken-hearted. He opens it wider. So if all you have is a quiet plea in the dark, say it. If all you can do is cry, let it fall. Because even when you feel distant, you are never alone. He hears every whisper, even the one your lips never speak. Hold on, even if it's by a thread, because that thread That whisper in sujood, that late night, Ya Rab, it may be the very thing that saves you. Keep speaking to Him. He's never stopped listening. Section 3, you're tired of the fight, but something tells you to keep going. You've been holding on, making dua, trying to stay strong, but inside, you're exhausted. You're not asking for luxury, just some peace, just a break, just a sign that it's all worth it. You wake up and force yourself to pray. You push through temptations. You smile when your heart feels heavy. And still, the tests keep coming. But here's the secret. The fact that you're still trying means you're already winning. Quranic anchor. Do not lose hope nor be sad. You will surely be victorious if you are believers. Surah Al-Imran 3 to 139. Shaitan wants you to confuse exhaustion with failure. But Allah sees your effort even when no one else does. Every silent struggle, every tear you hide, every temptation you resist, even if you fall 100 times and rise 101, He sees it all. The Prophet ﷺ said, the most beloved deeds to Allah are the most consistent even if small. Sahih Bukhari, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be sincere. Because sometimes the most powerful act of worship is simply not giving up. There are times when even breathing feels like ibadah. When dragging yourself to sujood is a victory. When whispering, Ya Rab, help me, is all you can do. And that's enough. So don't let the weight fool you. If life feels heavy right now, it might be because you're carrying your future on your back. You're being shaped, purified, prepared. And just like a seed breaks before it grows, you too might be breaking right before you bloom. What if your weariness is not a sign of weakness, but a sign that your soul is expanding? Keep walking. Even if it's slow, even if you're crawling, because as long as you're facing Him, you're never really lost. If you're feeling spiritually distant right now, it doesn't mean you're broken. It might mean you're being rebuilt. What if the struggle is sacred? What if this is not a punishment but a preparation? Because Allah doesn't bring people back through ease. He brings them back through awakening, through emptiness, reflection, and return. Repetition for impact. You didn't find this video by accident. You were guided to it. You are being called back. If this message spoke to you, don't ignore it. Leave a comment. Ya Allah, bring my heart back to you. And if you know someone drifting away, share this with them. They may need this more than you know. Your return to Allah begins now.